there, my name is Samantha Elizabeth, and in this video, I am going to walk you through how you can apply your income categories to packages that you have set up in Dubsado, as well as how you can apply income and expense categories to invoices that you create for your clients. So before you go ahead and continue watching this video, it is best to ensure that you do have some of your income and expense categories set up within the chart of accounts feature first. However, if you don't have them set up yet, there are a few ways that you can go about it as you are applying them to packages and invoices as well, which I will show you. So I'll start with the packages feature first. Let me move this up. So under packages here, so actually first when you're on the dashboard here, you're going to go to the left-hand navigation bar and under templates will be your packages. There we are. So I do already have a few set up to show you, but let's go back and I'll just start from the very beginning, a separate package here. So when you go and add a new package, once you're on the packages tab, you'll go to the top right and add package. I will just call this a teachable setup. Same thing here. This will be a whole system setup. I'll add my usual prices in to make sure I get paid. For this example, I'm not going to apply any tax or anything or any discounts. And then at the bottom is where you're going to select an income category. So this will, by setting an income category here, whenever you issue this package on an invoice for a client to pay, once Dubsado sees that that client has paid this $1,000 for this teachable setup package, Dubsado will categorize this income into the category that you set. So that way in your chart of accounts, you'll be able to see where your income, what income categories your income is predominantly coming from and which ones not so much. So as I already have some categories set up in my chart of accounts, I'm just going to hit apply to the system setup services category here and hit add item. So that way, when you look at this line item now, you'll see uncategorized no longer sits here. The category that this teachable setup belongs to is in a system setup category. And I'll return to packages. Now let's say, actually, perfect. Say if you already have some packages set up that you know don't have an income category assigned to them. You're going to want to, I'll go back actually. So you'll select the package, hit the gear icon here to edit. And let's just Kajabi. I'm just going to label this a Kajabi setup. Kajabi. I feel like that's wrong today, but Kajabi. Yes, there's another A in it. That's okay. I'm just going to label it like this for now. Kajabi setup. One. Nice and easy. $1,000. Okay, so now let's say we're getting to the bottom here. And we realize, let's pretend that this Kajabi setup doesn't really qualify for any of these income categories that we have set up here. What you can do is over on the right, hit new category, and you can create a new category from this packages menu here. So you'll be able to put in, let's just label this kind of course setup and services. So you'll put in the name of the new category you would like to create along with the type that it is, and then hit create. and it will create that new income category right from the packages menu there. So to save it, we're going to want to add item. And in that way, when you come back to this screen here, you'll be able to see that this package, which is a Kajabi setup, is labeled course setup. It's no longer as uncategorized. So in any of your packages here, you can edit any existing package to add in a category, or add a new package and again edit that or add in the income category as you are setting them up. And don't be afraid if you forget to go into your chart of accounts and set up a new income category. You can always create that new income category right from the edit package window using the new category button there. So now on to invoices. So I am just going to use, so on your left-hand side here, you're going to want to click into your projects tab, and then you'll navigate to whichever project you want to issue an invoice for. For this example, I'm just going to use my sample client here. Then at the top, the second top tab here, invoices, you'll navigate to that. And you're going to want to click the add button on the far right to add a new invoice. So when you're adding packages to a new invoice, let's say I'll use my Dubsado setup one, you'll be able to see here on the line item that it is categorized here already, which is great. Now, if perhaps, let's just use this one. Perhaps you add a package that says uncategorized. You can always edit it from your invoice screen as well. So package number 3, we can always put as, say, maybe a template sale. You can always add that category in at the time of creating the invoice. For whatever reason, if you forget to kind of, edit some of your packages beforehand, what have you, don't worry. At the time of creating the invoice, you can always add those income categories in there. Now, say perhaps on this invoice, you want to record some of your own expenses. Say perhaps with your Dubsado setup service, maybe you take care of the first month's fee for that client, perhaps. So if you do want to track any expenses in relation to an invoice, as well as income expenses, on that invoice, before you're done and issued it, go over to the right button and click expenses. Oh, I already have an example in there. I'll delete that. We'll add in the very right again, add expense. And this is where you'll write in all the information about that expense. So I'll take the example of paying for the first month of Dubsado for this service. Say I paid by most likely credit, select the date, Dubsado, first fee. This should already be auto-populated to the project that you're in, but just verify it's the correct project that it's being applied to. And then here, if you do already have expense categories created, you'll select either one that it is applicable to. This one, I know they're kind of contradicting each other just from some other examples that I've created, but I'll label it as Dubsado operating expense. If for whatever reason you don't have an expense category already created, again, you can create click the gray new category button and type in a new category name. I can't think of an example right now, but I put in the new category name you'd like to create, along with the type, if it's a cost of good, operating, non-operating, and hit create. and then you'll hit add to the invoice.